Yo, what's good, people? This is the Underdogs podcast. Your host, Fleetwood Jr., and I got my co-host, Slide 9 Ether Nation. And this is the Underdog Podcast, Season 2, Episode 19. On air. We on air, man. We live.
Yay.
For real, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope that everybody been knocking their goals out, doing what they do out here, man. Staying focused, being consistent. Just getting things done, man, having motion. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a new day to learn something, from yesterday. So I always keep your mind going, man. But we got a very special episode, man. As always, we got a guest coming on right now. Make sure I do it properly right, how we supposed to do it, from the 804. You know what I mean? Media, radio personality, tennis coach, Brittany, aka BluOnAir. Coming from Virginia, y'all.
Virginia.
Yeah, for sure.
You already know. It's about to be a lit episode. Make sure y'all tune in, man. We got a lot of special things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get it started, baby.
Oh, that's yeah. For everybody out there, man, this is Brittany BluOnAir. You know what I mean? Like I say, we appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule to kick it with the Underdogs. We got to give you your flowers and just, get it in, with all your accolades and very extended portfolio.
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
So, we're going to jump right into it, though, So, like I said, guys, appreciate you taking time out your schedule. So, like, what would you like to tell the people, in 30 seconds, about Blue, about Brittany as a person outside of your, profession?
So when I got to college, I realized that a lot of people thought that I was mean or stuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I keep to myself a lot.
Right.
And my circle is really, really small. And so I want people to know that I'm cool. I'm goofy. I'm silly.
Right.
I'm hurt. Now I like to talk a lot of shit. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
I like to talk a lot of shit. That I am, but I'm real cool. And so I don't know where people got this idea that I'm like stuck up, because that's not me at all.
Right.
So 30 seconds, that's what I want y'all to know. I'm cool.
No, for sure. Yeah, we gotta let them know that, but yeah, I ain't never really personally get that vibe though. When I did like see you way back then, it was just like, all right, she cool, focused, and just like you say, stand in yourself and do your thing. Right. But we on a Black-owned independent network, so you can do your thing on here, politic how you want to do it.
That's all you need to know.
Real. So originally from Panama, Florida. Just want to put that out there. We got Florida in the building, but really Virginia. But raised in Central Virginia, which would be the 804, Prince George, Colonial Heights, Petersburg, all that stuff. So what was it like? What happened?
I said all over. My child was unstable all over.
Yeah, so we gonna get your perspective of growing up in the 804, because you put that out there, be from the 804. So what it was like for you growing up, in Virginia,
I had a very weird upbringing. My dad was in the military, so like you said, I was born in Florida. We moved to Texas, and then we moved to Oklahoma, and then we ended up in Virginia. My dad ended up getting out of the service in Virginia, so we were stationed at Fort Lee, and then he wanted to keep me in the same school system, so we moved to Prince George. At that time, Prince George had one of the best school systems, so that's where my parents wanted me to go. But people don't know that I lived in Petersburg, but was going to Prince George schools illegally. They can't do shit to me now, so I can say it. Back in the day, say nothing, But so went to Prince George. I went to Hopewell. I went to again. Then I went to Colonial Heights my senior year.
For everybody out there too, I want to let you know, all that's Tri-City, so they real right down the street,
right there, right beside each other. So my upbringing was different because I was really, really good at tennis, and my dad was like a Richard Williams, Joe Jackson type, like he was like, oh, she's really, really good at this. We're gonna push her in this. So it won't no parties, it won't no sleepovers, it won't no basketball games, football games. 5-6 hours a day on the tennis court almost every day. And I think that's why I kind of grew up to kind of be like
That
solo.
discipline too, though. Like for you to start like that, I could see why you was real focused. Like whatever you stayed to it, like that's what's up.
I know how to lock in on whatever it is I'm trying to do, and it definitely bringing.
Got that discipline at a young age, huh?
Right.
Very reality is old school. I don't know what school shit they be talking about.
So speaking of your old school, like, you know, who was the person that helped you, you know, growing up, you know, that was your support system that helped you become who you are today? You said it was your pops, right?
It was my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. And he's, now that I look back, that nigga was crazy. But the kid, know like what makes sense and what don't. You just kind of do what you told. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, he was a little crazy. He was a little wild. But my love for music come from my dad. My hard work ethic comes from my dad. Being able to do things on my own, like cutting grass and changing tires, and he wanted boys, so he raised us like boys. So I had like the matching top and bottom shorts, like balling shorts and shit. Like you know, he dressed us up. Back in the day, it was the what's the windbreaker joints? Yeah, I'm that.
The Nike,
right.
So bad.
Yeah, he dressed us like that. So I've always kind of, I guess, been more around the guys because that's kind of how I was raised. And you want to know something? This is side note. I feel like, because I kind of heard y'all conversation before we got on. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the way my dad raised me, if that was today, I probably would have thought I was trans or something. Or gay.
By the way society doing it,
because I would have been feeling like, okay, well, I'm in these boy clothes and I'm doing this and the third. I know they don't know what y'all was talking about behind the scenes, but it made me think about
Nah, it's just a different place because, like you say, you can grow up. It wasn't nobody making a scene about that tomboy type. It just was what it was. But now like, they make it a thing to where it's like even the people out that community don't agree with the grooming. They call it grooming of kids because I feel like a kid when they're coming up, they're developing, their brain's still developing. I say they don't know what's what. It got to be an influence around them. You know?
And even if I dressed like a boy, I knew I was a girl and I knew to do good. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, you know, I still like my hats and my shirts and my sweat.
And it's nothing wrong dressing up as a tomboy. That shit cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
I can switch it up. You know what I'm saying? I fancy when I want to.
It's just you. It's you being yourself though. At the end of the day, you know what I mean.
It works for me.
That's your way of keeping your balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before we dive into the media, we're gonna talk about the love for tennis. You know, so first out of all sports, like what was the things that fueled your passion towards the game of tennis? You know, and when you started playing.
All right, so I grew up really, really broke. Okay, super broke. And my parents couldn't afford childcare and they couldn't afford a babysitter. So whatever my parents went and did, I had to go with them. So my dad tried tennis with some of his coworkers. And of course, I had to go out there with him. And I got tired of making mud pies on the side of the court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to play with y'all. And I got out there and with nothing, it was like my hand-eye coordination, everything was on. My dad was like, wait a minute, we need to figure this out. So we learned tennis together. I just ended up being really, really good. He wanted me to play basketball. And I tried. But I got the wind knocked out of me one good time. And I said, this shit ain't for me.
All it took is one time.
That's it. The first time you get the air knocked out of you and you can't catch your breath. And you like to get up out of here. Bro, I was like, nah, this shit ain't for me.
That be that cry that don't come out, and you just sitting there looking like you're trying to get it out.
It was exactly that. And so I said, I need something where I'm by myself. And tennis just happened to work out. I started playing when I was 4. I started competing when I was 8. I started coaching when I was 15. And I've been doing that ever since.
That's
And
what's up.
I'm 21 and some change now. So I've been
And
doing
some
it for,
change.
Change. I like that. Yeah. That's
I ain't
different.
gonna say how much change,
Yeah.
Right.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
There's no, you got some
Yeah.
change in it. Goddamn. So
Mhm.
like what was some like the fundamentals early on that you had that stayed consistent with you in order for you to perfect your game?
Um, I would say okay, so being able to focus, and that is in all parts of my life. So my dad used to take me out, and I used to hate it. He used to take me out to Lee Park. And if y'all are familiar with Virginia at all, Lee Park is right there in Petersburg, it's right there on the corner, it's across the street from, I think it's 4 Star. You would have niggas with their systems, you would have niggas fighting on the basketball court, niggas playing horseshoe over here to clink clank. It was just so
Mhm.
much noise and so much distraction. And I used
Mhm.
to hate it. I used to hate it. He'd be like, if
Yeah.
you can focus out here,
Yeah.
focus on one thing out here, you can do it anywhere. So
Yeah.
I think, and that's something that I've taken with me everywhere I go, just being able to focus in on what's important and figuratively and literally. But I used to hate that shit because I'm like, man, you got niggas
Yeah.
here, y'all. Like, I want to watch
Nah,
the
that's
pop.
Yeah.
that's that's
Yo.
that's real. That's real though.
Yo,
That make
T.
a lot of sense.
Yo, you know what that remind me of? The park, it remind me of Lake London.
Oh yeah, that was our part growing up in Orlando. You know what I mean? So, like a lot of us, we learned to play basketball a lot there, and our
Um,
basketball was playing against grown men at like
Yeah.
6, 7 years old, and they not sparing you. But like you say, it's so much of everything going on.
mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
yeah,
that's how it be.
yeah, but it taught me a lot, so it was worth it. Life lessons.
Man,
Right.
shout out to Potlow. You're a real one for that.
Yeah,
Cause
parts are real one.
to
Yeah.
be the stand in the paint, well, like you say, you playing a game of tennis, which you have to focus, and you got
Mhm,
all this stuff going on around you. So now
mhm.
that's definitely what it is. Could get that tunnel vision. So if you can remember your first official match, like what were your feelings at that moment, and like what was the turnout? What did you learn moving forward
And
about the game?
all right, so in the early, I started competing in the mid 90s.
Okay,
Um,
then.
tennis now is not what tennis was then, because now you got Serena that came in the game, you got Naomi, you got all these black players. But when I was coming up, Serena was just getting started. You know,
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
they didn't want us out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was this black girl from Petersburg. You know, I got holes in my shoes. My racket is cheap. My outfit was from Walmart. Like,
Yeah.
um, I looked like I didn't play. And I remember everybody expected me to lose. It was the Richmond City Championship, the biggest championship in Central Virginia, my
Mhm.
first one. So everybody pretty much wrote me off. Um, but even to this day, being in second place is not good enough for me. I don't care if it's my first tournament, last. I wanted to win, so I went in there. I was embarrassed because of how I look compared to the other girls. Everybody,
Right.
the
Yeah.
the rich white girls with they you
Right.
name brand down everything.
Yeah. You know the
And,
feeling.
my dad was like,
X.
"Who should be more embarrassed? Should it be the girl with the $25 racket and the holes in her shoes? Or should it be the rich white girl with the $200 racket and
Mhm.
the new Nikes that loses to the girl with the $25 racket and the hole in her shoes?"
That
So
part.
I went into the finals of that tournament with that in my mind, and I smoked her ass. Like, she ain't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? And that's when everybody started looking like, okay, who is this girl? Like, what? And I was the first black girl to win that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's looking like, and I remember they did this whole thing on the news and they did this whole thing in the newspaper.
Mhm.
And that is where I kind of, I guess, started making my name. Um, but yeah, man, it was intense. The racism was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like,
already know Virginia is like that.
okay, okay.
But right here on the Underdog podcast, you got it. She was the first big Draco moment, but that's the big blue moment right there. Early 90s. First.
And after that, couldn't nobody fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
So
even like, as you started playing tennis at a young age, like what kept the love for the game after all these years of playing?
I'm gonna be honest. Because I told you I was a daddy's girl, and I don't think he'll see this. He'll be all right. My junior year of high school, I actually found out some things about my dad that like really like just broke me. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I guess to spite him, I decided to not play no more. I stopped my junior year, my senior year. I played my last. Okay, let me slow down. The last match of my senior year,
right,
I lost. That was the first loss I had, but it was because I hadn't eaten. I was stressed. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I stopped playing. I stopped playing for 5 years. And then my grandmother got sick, and my grandmother, that was my heart. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, and I had flunked out of school. Like I went to jail. I was like in this bad
spiral.
It was just everything was just, you know what I'm saying? And so my grandma got sick, and she was like, I need you to get back to school. You need to get back on the court. So I went back to state. I went to state. I was working. I had to pay for my classes out of pocket because I had flunked out of Bland. And she ended up passing away while I was at state. And she was literally the only reason I even went back to school. You know what I'm saying? So without touching a racket for 5 years, I went back to school and got all the awards, Rookie of the Year, MVP, like all of that shit on an injured knee.
Like, look, that's the code. Look, that's the hold on. She pulling the Kobe Bryant moment right here now. She playing with the injured knee and all.
So, when my knee got injured, I just felt like, damn, like I'm trying to do this for my grandma. Like, and so they took me to the doctor, and the doctor said, if I tell you what's wrong with your knee, you're not gonna be able to play. I'm like, I gotta play because I promised her I'd play. So they gave me some numbing topical foam or something. Every match I used to rub it on there. So to this day, I got knee problems because I should have set my.
So what was wrong with your knee? You had like a hyperextension moment, a meniscus problem. Yeah,
I had a torn meniscus and something else, but the other thing was minor. But and I never went and got it taken care of. But I realized then, like, I haven't touched a racket in 5 years, and I'm still able to do this. Like, this is God given. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got to do something with it. Like, I got to do something with it. And so, I lost it for a minute. 5 years is a long time. When I got back into it, I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do.
Back like you love something for real.
Yeah.
With it ever since. So
can't lose that gift. It's always gonna be there for you, with you.
Yeah. So speaking of like Virginia State, we're gonna fast forward a little more. So like that's where you earn the scholarship at to go play.
Virginia State.
So that was like the first ones that made that offer. Like, we need her.
Nah, so that's the thing. Like, because when high school, I had offers from several.
You went undefeated, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I quit. So everybody was like, "How she just drop off the face?" Like it was so much going on. Like mentally, I just couldn't, and I quit. And so I was still helping my mom in Virginia, and I didn't want to leave. So Virginia State home. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even, when I first went to state, I didn't even tell them I was there. The coach found out I was there, and they both like got my contact somehow and called me. I was like, "Yo, come to our office, let's talk." And you know me, you know what I'm saying? I'm broke too. Y'all got to talk to me. Y'all got to talk money to me. Like, talking about. But yeah, so we made it happen. But yeah, VSU, they gave me an opportunity to finish school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got like any memorable moments during your time in state while playing? You're like the show, any underdog moments you had in your matches or anything?
Underdog, I think I played this girl from Winston-Salem, and she was undefeated. It was her senior year, undefeated. I was on an injured knee, and so
Yeah.
I remember my knee swelled up. I had a big, looked like almost like a knot on my knee. The joint looked crazy.
Yeah.
Around, and we was in the third set tie break, and my coach was like, "It's gonna be huge if you win this match, but I understand if you can't finish." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not quitting. Like, first, like, fuck that. I'll let my leg fall off before I quit this match.
Yeah.
And so we battled and we battled, and I had to keep stopping to have them, work on my knee. And I ended up winning it. Barely won it, but I won it. And that was huge because, like I said, all 4 years she had, been undefeated. That was my first year on an injured knee. Like, so that's when people started again looking like, okay, who's
Right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say that was my standout moment, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of my career.
Yeah, that was a major underdog moment right there. Like for
Yeah.
real, for real.
Injured knees still going.
Yeah.
Still
Man.
Work. Still putting
For real.
Yeah. So what was like your networking experience like on campus, attending Virginia State? Like, you had people from different regions attending this college. How that was like?
So I knew I wanted to do radio. So I knew I needed to get my name out there. So I threw a lot of parties and hosted a lot of parties on the yard and in clubs and around campus, just to kind of get my name out there. Because anybody that knows me knows I don't really like dealing with people for real. I keep it to myself. Like I'm really private. I mind my business. I'm to myself. But in college I turned shit up. So I that because I just figured I just needed the right people to see me putting in work. I didn't even care about people on campus or if they was coming to the party or not. I just needed to fly passed out, and I needed people from the radio station to see who is this girl at State throwing these parties and hosting these events and doing X, Y, and Z. And I used that, and eventually it ended up paying off.
Nah, facts. Nah, it's lit. It was what a time to be alive then, man. Like for real. So it's like, it was that where you received your bachelor's, in mass comm to pursue your career as a paid. Let's put it out there, not free, a paid on-air personality with WVST. So like, before we dive into your media profession, as most like to leave out the hardships and only talk about the good situations, like after going through, what they went through, like the process come with sacrifices as well as roadblocks. Like with anything that you trying to accomplish, be successful, like, what are some of the obstacles you face, along the way, on your journey, like where you overcame?
Okay, so side note, my baby boy just woke up, so if you hear some crying, that's my baby boy. Probably gonna walk up here and be all on the camera in a few seconds.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, I don't want to say my whole life been hardship, but it's been one thing after another. I think because me and my mom and my sister, we ended up homeless after my dad had left. And so I remember seeing my mom count change on the counter to try to figure out where we was going to stay the next night. I'm talking about like quarters and shit. Like that's where we. And I said, yo, I don't never want to feel that again. I don't ever want to be in that space again. And I got to be the one to make shit happen, to make sure she ain't in that position again. You know what I'm saying? So that is like my underlying motivation. And that is the hardship that's pretty much sculpted my life since then. So people be like, why you work so hard? You work this job, you work that job, you doing X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, when you have been down to having nothing, you can't go back. And so I used that at WVST. I worked at WVST for 7 months for free. Knew that was an opportunity. And the morning show guy at that time, he quit. And I was already there. I knew how to do everything, and I moved right on in and did the work. So that hotel that we lived in, and watching my mom count that change on that table, is that was the hardship that changed everything after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling, man. Just growing up, going through those hardships with your parents. And it's like you telling yourself, it's like I would never want to be here, so I gotta do whatever it takes.
Whatever.
To put myself in position. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's breaking that cycle moving forward. You know, you learn from like I say, like our generation coming up a lot of, you know, we go through a lot of different things. Like you say, with the situation of you seeing kids that got more than you got. Like, just a side note too, me and my co-host, we grew up and we went to a school where we was like being bused from the hood to like they was integrating us with the white kids and stuff. So we going to school not having and they having, you know, it made us feel some type of way. And then, you know, you bringing us from that environment to a location like that. The school just being what it be, you know, again, tore up.
Okay.
Sorry about
real. Nah, you good.
But yeah.
You know, Joe and I thought that too, you know, like congratulations on you being VUU tennis head coach for women. You know, like what was that feeling to achieve that accolade under your belt too? You know, to be doing something you love since you was a kid.
It was crazy. Because I wasn't expecting that. I didn't reach out to them. I didn't apply. They reached out to me. So I got to get this baby because he's not gonna stop otherwise.
Oh yeah.
But not only am I a coach, I'm a whole mom out here. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Come on.
He needs some attention. He want to see his mama.
Yeah, man. Y'all getting y'all exclusive right now, man, on the Underdogs podcast. You feel me? Be from the 804 at BluOnAir. Nah, man.
But yeah, it was I was excited. The guy that was the head coach there before, he had been there for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So for me to step in after that was huge. To turn the program.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong? It is okay.
Little man, like he just woke up.
I said he need a few minutes. Look.
Oh yeah. Nah, I know them days. Real.
He probably had a trash dream. That's probably what it is. He ain't like it.
Possibly.
Yeah. I also on the thought of too. I forgot to skip over. It was on my mind when I thought about it. But at Virginia State with like Coach Neal, you know, like what was it like your relationship with Coach Neal? Because I ain't gonna lie, Coach Neal was one of the realest ones I met on that campus. Because when I got in a little situation I got into, I had to go to the little court thing and stuff and be in front of him. And bro, I'm talking about it's supposed to be a serious moment. Coach Neal looking like, hey man, so what you think about playing football? Pretty much awesome. And shit. You know, bro, me back then, I'm like probably like 170 wet, bro. I'm like, wait, I'm thinking like he must be thinking like just to get you out of trouble, to keep you out of whatever going on.
Yeah.
All right,
man.
so I had a similar situation.
But like, what was that relationship like though? Like with Coach?
I had a similar situation with Coach. Remember I told y'all I used to what is wrong, baby? You don't want your tip? You know you mad if you don't want a cheese puff. So I was throwing parties around campus, and I threw this really big party at UAE. It's like the campus apartments off campus, and it was huge. And the police came and Ettrick, yeah. It was huge. And the police came. Baby, work with me. The police came and shut the party down.
Oh yeah.
And
Chesterfield probably.
They tried to get me out of school because of the amount of weed and bottles that was in the apartments. Because technically that was on campus. So they was trying to throw me out of school. And you got to remember, bruh, I just flunked out of junior college. I came here because of my grandma. You know what I'm saying? I need to stay in school. I didn't know the rules. I never lived on campus. And Coach Neal was one of the guys on the board. And he was like, because they was trying to kick me out of school. And Coach Neal was like, I tell you what, I'll take responsibility for her. She's gonna do
Right.
her service under me. Don't kick her out of school. Anything else happen, I'll be responsible for it, and we'll kick her out then. And I did my community service in his office, and I didn't do nothing. Like, we just talked, and I ran errands with him, but he would give me like life lessons.
Yeah.
Have real talks, and it was like, yo, if it wasn't for him saying, I'm gonna take responsibility for her, I would have never finished school. I would have never went to WVST. I would have never been on the radio. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that one person giving me another chance and seeing some value in me changed my life. So when I found out he passed, when you talk about I was up, and it still get to me, like, I graduated 2014, but we talked consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we communicated. Hey, Coach Neil, just checking on you. Hey, Brittany, doing. So when he passed, like, I was asleep, and my fiance, when I woke up, he was looking at me crazy, and I'm looking at him like, what the hell going on? And he, because he didn't even want to tell me, like, Coach Neil. And when he told me, I was just like, bruh, because he is the person who changed my life, or who made it possible for this path that I'm on now.
Right.
Nah, yeah, definitely big ups to Coach Neil, man. Cause I wouldn't even stay that long, and it's just like when that little situation popped off and all that, I was like, man, he seen me around. I didn't like, what's up? Cause he knew I was from where I was from, and I used to chop it up with him. But every time he seen me, it was like it was something going on. And then when that happened, I seen him I'm like, not only court at school, but I had to go to real court too. And I was just like, man. But when he did that, I was like, I always laugh about that, because you're like, man, you would come play football. I'm like, man, I ain't had none of that on my mind. I'm skinny, bro, at that time too, bro. So I'm like, man, I wasn't thinking about that. But I was like, I appreciate the little, the just he did, though, just to be like, keep you out of trouble or something.
He was probably trying to give you something to do, extracurricular activities to do.
He's out of trouble,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. He a real one.
So, like, as your love for music run parallel with the love for tennis, it was at an early age as well that you knew, like, you would want to involve yourself with music in some way?
I knew I wanted to be on the radio. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I used to listen to the radio, and I hate when I start talking about cassette tapes and shit. People gonna think I'm 50 or something, but I used to my cassette tapes and put it in the thing and make my own little tapes of what songs I.
The same thing.
And
streaming ain't that old. That
right.
Streaming ain't old.
That's when you had to sit by the radio and wait for the song.
Yeah, catch it.
Catch it.
What?
I'm talking my finger be aggressively hitting it, because I'm like, I don't want to miss it, because you had to actually push the stereo, like you couldn't just tap it.
That energy. And back when I was listening, you had Lonnie B, you had Mad Skills, you had Big Nat was still on the radio, you had like the energy. You know what I'm saying? I just love that energy. And back then you got all of your information from the radio. Like,
for real.
What club was popping, what stores had deals. Like, you turn in the radio to get all of that. And so that's what I wanted to be a part of. Of course, now social media has made it much different. But yeah, I definitely knew I wanted to do something with music, something with tennis, and something on the radio.
You had to think about it, because like back then, right, we couldn't keep up with our favorite artists back then unless you listen to the radio.
That's it.
I remember when I was 10 and I found out about Aaliyah passing on the radio. Ooh. Literally getting ready for school, and they had this big broadcast about Aaliyah passing, and that just ruined my whole day. I was like, what? Not Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, but radio personalities is everything. Like, for real.
I feel like you gotta give credit to the radio personalities and DJs still to this day. They be trying to think social media can replace that. You know what I mean? But it's the connection between the DJ and the radio personality to the people. You know what I mean? Like, that social media ain't gonna be able to. It is what it is now, but it's not gonna replace the connections that you can make with people for real. So like what things did you learn in the process and skills you gained that helped you, to where you are today as a media professional? Like
Um, I guess to answer that question, I would say it takes me back to my roots of tennis and being able
mhm,
to work hard. Like when I got to Radio One, radio is not a job where you get the job and you made it. You know what I'm saying? When you get
right.
when you first get on the radio in the business, you are a fucking scrub. You know what I'm saying? Work scraps, and you gotta really like grind to get people to respect you. You know, because
Right.
Yeah.
Betts has been in this game 20+ years.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nothing too little for me to do. I was not too good to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And so all those little jobs and all those shifts that people didn't want to do, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime nobody couldn't show up, I'm right in there. There's been times where I've had to sleep in the studio because I ain't got enough gas to get back home and back here tomorrow morning. So I'm
Yeah.
have to, you know what I'm saying, sleep here so that I make sure I get that shift tomorrow, because that shift tomorrow might be the shift that changes my life. That might be the shift that somebody else is listening to that has an opportunity. So I just looked at it like that. I never wanted to miss an opportunity. And I tried to outwork everybody in that bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Now
Every,
that's real. Cause
yeah,
like you say, like I know the people that been there about 30, 20, whatever years they been in there, they already looking at you like, oh yeah, they ain't gonna last long. They look because the stuff they had to do in the beginning, so they be looking at it like, yeah, these new school, they ain't even built for
Yeah.
this.
exactly.
So like, what was like your first media gig after college? That gave you that placement in the interning your senior year.
Um, I'm not sure it was like a actual gig. I think it was just me being annoying, and I could
Right.
Mhm.
station and ask, "What did y'all have? Y'all got a position? Y'all got some
Yeah.
space? Can I come watch? Can I come sit in? Can I?" I was hungry, and they saw, like, that program director saw how hungry I was, and she was like, "All right, I gotta get this girl something to do."
Yeah. Who won't want a person that's steady
Right.
hitting them like they know they gonna work?
Yeah. So it wasn't like an actual event. It was more so like my work ethic and
Right.
knocking their door down. Like, nah, y'all gonna let me in.
For
Oh
real, for real.
God.
Yeah.
So like what has been the growth thus far working on the radio stations in the 804? I Power Richmond being one of them. Like what is your relationship with them?
So my relationship with them is still good. It's great. I just spoke to the program director there like 2 days ago. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I actually have another situation that I can't speak on.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna have to wait on that and just follow,
Yeah,
at BluOnAir. Make sure y'all follow her.
Yeah.
I ain't said nothing, but I got some meetings this week, and we're negotiating to see if they can get the money right.
Yeah. I what
Um,
I'm talking about.
we don't see what they talk about, but I just I network like crazy. Like, if you go through my followers, I don't really, because I told you I keep to myself, but I just follow a lot of radio. I don't even follow celebrities. I don't care. I
Mhm.
follow a lot of
Yeah, for real.
real.
Follow what you went, what you do.
Yeah.
I follow radio personalities, DJs, podcasters,
Yeah.
TV show hosts, any media related people is who I follow. And I think that me being with Radio One, for the time that I was there, like, it allowed me to, like, people respected the name, so people gave me more. I just feel like, and I hate to say it, like, if I message somebody that works in radio and I don't have radio behind me, they're not really going to respond. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
once they see, oh, she with Radio One, oh, all right, let me see what she talking. Like, you get what I'm like? It helped me,
Yeah.
and that's just honest. So I think out of everything, I appreciated that the most, and that's what I take with me is just being able to network.
Oh,
That
Cool.
that's major.
So since you know what I'm saying, you doing your radio thing, you know what I mean? Who is Blue's top 5 of all time?
all right, man, hold on. Do this. Do
Yeah.
this.
We should have said top 3, you feel me? 5, give a little more room.
Nah, so hold on. So are we talking about artists, Period.
artists of all time.
Artists.
Not even a time period.
Rappers.
Oh,
They don't even matter.
We talking about music. We talking about music.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So in no particular order, I'm not gonna put because
As long as they make the top 5, they do.
Right.
So I'm a Hov fan.
Okay.
Big Hov fan.
Okay.
I'm a Biggie fan. So we're gonna have Hov, we're gonna have Biggie. Even though she only put out one album, we're gonna do Lauren.
Yeah. It's only right.
Lauren. I am absolutely my favorite artist of all time. My favorite singer is Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
I'm a huge Jasmine Sullivan fan, and if you ever what she's able to do with her voice is
her voice is
easy. Number 5 that I personally like to listen to. That's my top 4. Okay, if I put somebody else on that list, like my personal favorite,
right,
I would be forcing it. Like I would just be putting somebody there. But if you talking about like these are people that when I get in my car, you're gonna Biggie. You're going Lauren.
That's road trip time right there. You gonna that's road trip. You're gonna be locked in. So any road trips on some business, you ride with Blue. That's what you gonna
shit.
I'll leave the 5 open for whenever I just don't know what the fuck I'm feeling.
Yeah, that makes sense right though. So like we're gonna talk about also, the Blue Apollo, which I was able to kind of make, a little bit, but like by the way, what was the purpose of that? Like, is that a way for you to give artists all over a chance, for exposure as well, as your city?
That's exactly what it was. And so I love my people. Like I genuinely have a love for my people. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
When I got on the radio, it was my people that was like, yo, one of us made it. Like somebody out here doing something. You know what I'm saying? So, that platform so that all of us kind of feel like we made it. And so I know a lot of times a lot of rappers and local artists, they try to slide their music to radio personalities. Yo, man, just get my shit on the radio. What I gotta do, but that's what they want. And there's a lot of politics in radio that they really talk about, which is why they can't put your
especially if it major too when they ain't independent.
And so I said, okay, I have a platform now and I can't put them on the radio, but what most artists really want, it ain't even got to be on the radio. They just want a lot of people to hear their shit. Art, they put they blood, sweat, and tears into it, and they want people to hear what the fuck they got to say. So let's have a platform to let people hear what these artists got to say. And then let me show people and put pressure on radio personalities. Like, y'all say y'all with the community, y'all fuck with them, but y'all really ain't doing nothing for them.
Open up that time slot.
Let me put pressure on them and show them, okay, you got this radio personality that's actually doing it. So when I got to iPower, now they're talking about, okay, let's do, and I don't even want to say the name of the segment because I don't know, but they put together a local segment based off of what I was doing with Blue Apollo. Now they tried to take over it and they made it into something completely different. So I had to back off of it. But my point was just to give people a chance and to give them a chance for people to hear their art.
No, that's dope though.
That's real dope.
And then not to mention when she was doing her thing, when she did Blue Apollo, probably even if she just like, hey, let me run it right now, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. People is in there, you know what I mean? So
we had a lot. The views went up.
I was major.
Up and up and up. And I've always thought about bringing it back, but if I brought it back, I want to be able to do it right. And with everything going on, and then COVID just turned the world upside down. I got to get my shit together.
I'm feeling that.
But it could come back. I ain't gonna hold you. It could come back.
Nah, we looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
As artists ourselves, you feel me? We look forward to any opportunities we see out there. So, we want to talk about something too that I ain't even jot down, but I noticed as well. So, Ready to Love on Owens Network. You know, yeah. Let me hosted by nephew Tommy, by the way. So,
Nephew
like,
Tommy.
real quick, let's talk about that experience. Like, you know, to be a part of that opportunity. Like, how did that come about? How you was feeling once you locked in on the opportunity?
The way that whole thing happened was crazy.
Right.
Of course, my ex is on the show. I'm cool with all my exes. Like, I don't leave nobody with bad blood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He called and he wanted to see if I would do it. The first time he called, I said, hell no, because what the fuck, what do I look like?
Right.
You know, I don't care about the next female you talking to. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I
Right.
care. And so he was like, you know, I figured you weren't gonna do it. I know you don't really like people, so I figured you weren't gonna do it. So about a week or two later, the producer reached out to me and was like, hey, Brittany, we need you to do this, blah, blah, blah. It'd be a great opportunity. And I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't do that whole reality TV thing.
Man,
We really going there.
Yeah.
you know what it really mean to be a part of that reality TV, because that
And
stuff changed our culture like for the bad. I just want to say that.
I didn't want to be part of it. Plus, I have my own brand.
Right.
Doing so, I called my best friend up and she said, girl, it's a great opportunity. Just go down there and network.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. She called me on a Wednesday and flew me out Thursday. So I ain't had time to get my hair done, nails done, nothing. I was sick. Like my nerves was bad. I'm like, I'm gonna be on TV looking I was like, my anxiety was bad, but I went down there and Randall, he was great with, calming me down. Producers was great. And I did the scene, but I really just wanted to go down there and talk to the producers and switch contact information. And if y'all got any opportunities,
network.
Face,
Yeah.
It was an amazing opportunity, and I am good friends now with quite a few of the producers. I was disappointed that they edited out a lot. They edited a lot, and they things out of order and cut some things off. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing opportunity. Amazing. Now I'm pretty sure he didn't listen to me about who to pick, because he ain't listened to me when we was together. So I know he ain't gonna start listening to me afterwards.
Now that's dope though, that you still seized the opportunity, and just went out there and did your thing in person. Like, I'm cool with the social media, like you say, for to get certain things done, but I'm also a person that like to be in front of people, talk to people, give them my info, chop it up with them so they can actually see me for me. Right. On the phone, it's like, all right, easy, follow, hit your DM, keep hitting you. But it's one thing where like, when people see you in person and like you doing any performances and stuff and you actually interacting with folk, it makes it just feel better to me. I don't know if that's just because like the era of when I started music and back then when we was doing things, like it was a better experience, than now. So it's just like, I just feel like it's balanced, being able to do both. But so before we even get to our last important one, we want to also talk like, what is Brittany, aka Blue, see herself in 5 years with everything you doing? Like, what's your goal or your end goal by that 5?
Right.
Well, first thing first, I see myself getting out of this terrible 2 stage that I'm going through right now. What is wrong? Man. You locked yourself up here? Come on. I'm almost, maybe you did so good.
Those are the most interesting years of your child.
It's come on.
I'm at stage 4 right now, dog. Oh my god.
So in 5 years, so there are some entrepreneurial things that I'm interested in.
That's what we talking about.
But I'm getting my money up, and in this period of time, I'm researching and learning and reading, and that same feeling that I had when I saw my mom counting that change on the table is still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, start with you.
I gotta be the one to change things. So my mom's still working right now. You know what I'm saying? Too old to be working, especially
Too.
that she's doing.
Yeah.
In 5 years from now, I see myself in a position to be able to let her sit and relax. To be able to make sure my son didn't grow up how I grew up, not wondering where his next meal is going to be, or none of that. I don't want him to experience that. I did enough of that for both of us. And just being able to take care of my family, and hopefully I want to have a bigger tennis program that influences more of us to play.
Yeah.
So that's where I see myself in 5 years, somewhere in that ballpark.
So
That's actually
man.
a good idea though with the tennis program. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And actually, Pusha T's wife, she reached out, and we're supposed to be, because she plays tennis. I didn't know that.
Wow.
And so we're supposed to be connecting and seeing what we can do together. But that was exciting. I'm like, how ain't from Virginia, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm super excited about that, to see what we can put together.
Most definitely.
Tennis is actually a good sport to play. Like it messed my head up because I'm actually good at tennis, right? And I never knew how good I was because I watch tennis from time to time. But when you actually go out there and play it, it's like this shit is fun.
It's so, and it's such a great stress reliever.
Yes.
And a lot of us do not play, one, because it's not one of our cool sports, but
ain't promoted heavily.
it's super expensive. Like one racket, a good racket is $175, $200. Like tennis lessons, $60 an hour. Like the average family can't afford, to do that. So
yeah,
I want to change the way we look at tennis.
Yeah.
And I do it in some capacity. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Man, I gotta start looking at alternatives, man. They be selling stuff for whatever they sell it, but they getting it wholesale. So we looking at business wise, when you know how much they really make it for, and they, when everything getting imported, it's I can go deep on that, but it's just when you learn about how they do import, exporting, and manufacturing, and they getting it for less to get made, but they sell it for high when they come over here.
Yep.
Retail price.
Yeah. Get their money back and some.
Okay.
Nah, most definitely we appreciate you coming on the Underdogs podcast and sharing your journey,
I appreciate y'all, and I apologize, my baby boy.
Oh, nah, you good.
Oh, you good.
The homie on the Underdog podcast too, which will be streaming season 3 and season 2 on Signature Series Network TV.com. Shout out to the Black Independent owned network.
We're gonna be on Ruco TV as well and 5-Stick TV as well very soon.
Yeah, in the works. But like I say, we want to give you your flowers, on all this Black excellence,
I appreciate
and Sly Man gonna close it out for us.
I mean, for the last question, we like to ask all of our guests that coming through with, you know what I'm saying? What does it mean to you being an underdog, or when you hear the word underdogs?
When you're the underdog, you can't do nothing but go up. So that is what keeps me going. I've been the underdog for a long time,
Right.
You can't go down. All you can do is go up. So are you gonna stay where you at, or are you gonna move up?
Oh, that's right.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe looking at it like the world don't owe you nothing. You got to go out here and make your motion. So whether you're an entrepreneur or you want to be a worker, you got to be good at what you do and be the best at it and give your all every time.
Period. Yeah.
And then when you get to where you want to be at by being an underdog, you're gonna appreciate it more. You know what I mean? And then you fall in love with the process too along the way. So
keep elevating.
Yeah.
But y'all have it. Make sure y'all go follow her at BluOnAir on Instagram. But we definitely appreciate it, guys. Continue doing what you do. Continue, putting everything that you manifest into play. We expect nothing but good things to come from looking at your portfolio. So just keep it moving, keep pushing and motivating people out.
There may be a big announcement coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a big announcement coming soon.
But when that announcement happens, it's just only gonna be a little refresher for the folk to make sure they check out the podcast.
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah. All right, y'all. It's been cool. I appreciate you.
All right, no
appreciate
problem.
you too. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Enjoy your weekend. All right. Yeah, here on the Underdog Podcast.
Live. What's up, Junior?
Okay, tell her give it to you. I'll be in a minute. In other news, you know what I mean? We got some heavy news that we need to get to people right now, man. Yeah, we gotta hit y'all with the Sugar Ray Leonard uppercut and the Mike Tyson jab. You feel me?
So right.
Yeah,
These folks, man.
Let's do it. Let me shut my screen real quick.
Damn, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. There's a lot going on this week, man. You know, we have to update y'all. You know what I'm saying?
A lot. We gonna start it off though with this, man. For those out there, we gonna give you the real.
A coalition called Gays Against Groomers has formed and has one mission: stop the sexualization and the abuse of young children. Now, for saying that out loud, big tech companies have tried to silence them. They've been banned by Twitter as well as Linktree and other social networking sites. So after being criticized, Twitter has just reinstated their account. Jamie Michelle is the founder of Gays Against Groomers. She joins us. And Jamie, thanks so much for coming in. Thank you for what you're doing. On what grounds are you being banned? What was your crime exactly?
Well, thank you for having me, Tucker. We were banned for hateful conduct, which they consider calling out child predators and abusers and people that want to sexualize them. I guess, are a protected class of people now on big tech. So for speaking out against them and trying to protect children, we were taken down. We've been taken down 3 times in 3 months now. We're brand new. Our coalition just started in June, and yeah, they can't seem to cut us a break here.
So people are intentionally sexualizing children, which I thought was a crime. It's certainly a moral crime, but because you don't like it, you're the dangerous one.
Exactly. In any moral society, it would be criminalized, what we see happening, and it should be criminalized. But that doesn't seem to matter. These people are going full steam ahead with their agenda, and they're using our community, the LGBT community, they're using us as shields, essentially, right, to continue to push this unabated. And so I decided that that's enough. We're not going to let this continue anymore because the vast majority of our community stands so strongly against this, and we're just as disgusted by it as everyone else. And I think that our voices are going to be really effective in actually putting an end to it.
I hope you're right. I'm just wondering, what percentage of the American population, of any party or sexual preference or whatever, of all Americans, 340 million, what percentage are for this? It can't be big.
Right. I think it's a very, very small minority, especially with our community and the people outside of it that use us to push the agenda. But I think that they're so loud, and that's all you see coming from our community because they have the backing of big tech, woke media, woke corporations, and even this administration. Right. So they have a big backing, So if they want to get their point across, everybody that has some power in this country is going to help them do that. And, we're growing incredibly fast. We're only 3 months old, but we have almost 170,000 followers. And they can see how effective our voices from inside the community are going to be to fight this. And, they have censorship and we have the majority of the population. And so I think in the end we'll win. And regardless of what they try to do to suppress our voices.
It's totally right. It's like Nancy Pelosi, CNN, and Media Matters. So the only people who are in favor of this. Jamie, I appreciate your bravery. Thank you. Yep.
I think it's pretty cool that the LGBTQ community has gays against grooming movement, because it's like they is using their community to shield them with this grooming of children bullshit going on. It's putting a negative stigma on the LGBT community. So I think it's cool as hell they got that movement going on.
Yeah, anytime these corporations have the opportunity or whatever to push these agendas, bro, they're going to use them the same as they used us against us. It's a whole agenda. It's agenda, man. Especially how they use people in the entertainment industry the same way. Like, you got this influence. So, hey man, I'm not with all that funny stuff going on, dog. It
You
make no
fucking with the
sense.
kids, but that shit ain't what it is, bro.
Yeah. Oh man,
You know, a lot of people don't understand too. Like, you know, we need to start protecting these kids more. I don't give a fuck like what color the kids is, because you know, every year, bro, 8 million children is going missing out here, man. So shit real, bro, and they grooming these kids for the worst. So it's like, man, we need to get on top of this shit, man.
Some more news.
This is a book that they're recommending for fourth graders.
Fourth graders.
It's not perfectly normal. It's actually sick. So if you have a kid, imagine them learning this in school. You can find this book right now in book fairs. I found it on Walmart. Apparently, they're
We're not on the rights to this right now, so YouTube don't bother blocking us, man.
Teaching kids how to be over-sexualized at age 10, okay? 10-year-old. And these images are probably going to be censored on Instagram and Facebook, but they're
free
use.
Parents, make sure that these don't make it to your kids' schools.
We only spread information to help the people, man. For real.
Groomers.
It's crazy. I don't see how people don't see this, bro. Plain hindsight in your face.
Hey man, they make sure they put all that shit right in your face.
Oh man. So on the ratchet side of the game.
I mean, hold on, but before we even move forward, man, shout out the sponsors, man. Let them people know what's going on.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, everybody hollering about reparations, man, and what they feel that we gotta take on the initiative and do it ourselves. Do it yourself. Stop waiting on somebody to give you something.
For real.
That being said, Black-owned cryptocurrency. Follow at BOAMEDCB on Instagram. So Black cryptocurrency, I for the acres and the mule. Pretty soon, everything gonna be digitized. So make sure y'all investing and putting y'all money on something that's gonna mean something one day. We spend the most money, y'all. We spend trillions of dollars. Designers, Apple, Tesla, whatever y'all spending y'all money on. We gotta break bread with each other and break the cycle. So make sure you follow at BOAMEDCB on Instagram.
Yeah. Bro, I'm just happy, bro. I just got it approved for all my PTOs.
Yeah, that boy taking that shit to the dope.
Yo.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
We just having a good day over here, man. Look at this ratchet news.
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing this.
Cycle, keeping a baby and shit.
Man.
I can't believe she
tired of seeing this behavior
too.
from these
That's
black
crazy.
women, man. We need goddesses
You
out
let
here.
this nigga take you out the game.
Bullshit. Look at this fucking ratchet bullshit.
I'm BDF, nigga, baby daddy free. That mean I ain't got a nigga, baby coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind.
Murder on your mind.
Yeah.
She knows she killing baby.
On my mind.
It's crazy.
I forgot the plan B. Ain't no nigga cuffing me. You can't put me on this shelf, bitch. I'm outside with the team. All these bitches having babies, but that ain't finna be me. Said he wanna settle down. Niggas selling all these.
Bro, let me say this shit real quick, man. Y'all don't even understand this shit, bro.
Bro, it's an agenda. I wouldn't be surprised if this video just go viral, bro.
According to statistics, bro, abortions is killing more black people than fucking diabetes, black on black crime, cops killing us, all that shit, cancer put together, fucking abortions. And you got women like this out here rapping songs and promoting killing babies. You heard it. She said she got murder on her mind. Killing babies is cool. Like, what the fuck? Shit's crazy, bro. Like,
bro, that
shit.
Bro. I don't know, bro. I feel like in this agenda, because stuff don't go viral for no reason, as we say, bro. It's people controlling these algorithms. So with that being said, she's trying to send every young melanated, girl, women, she trying to make it cool to send them to Planned Parenthood, and that ain't what it is, bro.
at all,
You know,
bro.
when you know the history of Planned Parenthood, it's like stop being ignorant. Y'all have to stop being ignorant, bro. You know, it don't make no sense. That's I don't know, bro. No intelligence at all.
Real, bro.
It don't even take that much hard thinking to know about this stuff.
But it's like, damn, if you don't want to have no kids, bitch, practice safe sex, bitch, practice abstinence, bitch, don't even be out here just fucking like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine your parents aborted your ass and shit, or we keep continuing this stupid ass shit we doing now, and the abortion rates just keep going up and up and up and up. We already declining and making babies out here already. But it's like, ain't the way, people. It ain't.
Nah, we got and then stop saying, well, they do this, they do that. It's not about them, it's about us.
We need to hold ourselves accountable, bro. Fuck that shit.
Man, I ain't no excuse.
Yeah.
Also, nationwide, since we're speaking of
now. People will join. I hope it will be bipartisan, and we will have a debate if we're allowed to bring it up as to why we're doing what we're doing. Abortion is a contentious issue. Post-Dobbs, America's got to make some decisions. And the first thing I would say about the Dobbs decision is that abortion's not banned in America. It's left up to elected officials in America to define the issue. You have states have the ability to do it at the state level, and we have the ability in Washington to speak on this issue if we choose. I have chosen to speak. I've chosen to craft legislation that I think is eminently reasonable in the eyes of the world, and I hope the American people. At 15 weeks, pretty much strong majority of Americans believe abortion should.
All right, so with that being said, that has nothing to do with rape, incest, or saving the life of a woman, but this has something to do with recreational sex. So again, they trying to preserve their people. This is not about you. The melanated women. It's nothing to do with you. You know, this is in their favor.
And according to the statistics, when women go to the clinic to get abortions, they like to ask you for what reason. And according to the statistics, when they come to incest or raping or whatever raping, that's literally a little bit under 1% of the reasons why women are getting abortion. So all that raping and all that incest shit is very, very,
very low.
It's like, so that's no excuse of saying, oh, well, what about this? It's like,
yeah, it always, and that be the question. That's why I had to say that, bro, because they be like, well, what if a woman is, yeah,
stop it. You watching too much crime drama TV. Stop it.
Too much Lifetime.
Yeah, bro. It's like, come on, man.
Hey, another news, man. Shout out to my boy, my partner, Slide, Non-Ether Nation. This is his new logo, by the way.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me break this down for him, man.
Yeah, break it down,
man. See, okay, what you see here is a snake, right? So the snake represents the Kundalini energy, which is rising as we speaking right now. And people like to say, what is the Kundalini energy? So it starts from the lower of your spine, and when it rises up to the top of your spine, which is the back of your brain, that's when you get to your Christ-like stages. You know what I mean? So, and the snake represents that Kundalini energy, but you know how I got it shaped as in the infinite, immortal symbol. You know what I mean? And it just represents immortality, which, you know what I mean, we never die because we just, you know what I mean, we just in this meat suit. We really are the soul behind this meat suit, so we never die. So we immortal. And then you understand, on the left side, that represents the third eye. Third eye is opening. And on the right side, of course, you got my initials, SL, Sly Life. If you look very closely, it looks like a pyramid. But if you look closely in the pyramid, it's a SL. So that represents Sly Life. This is my new logo. Hope you guys like it and support it. It'll be released very soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging that because if you stare at the Sly Life, bro, it looks like a pyramid until you really look. Like if you never said it, Everything is a pyramid, but slick, slide like right down.
Yeah, man. So that's an exclusive underdog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. You know.
Man, then
Shout out to
other,
my designer, man, Tone.
yeah,
My boy
shout
Tone,
out.
man.
All right, man. So we gonna dive into it because something ain't sitting right with this situation. You know, got the brother Rizza Islam, man. You know, one of the guys that's out there doing the work. Everybody know who he is. You feel me? But
Shout out to
man,
you, Rizza Islam.
man. So we have pulled the audio with Louis Farrakhan accusing Rizza Islam of raping his fiance. September 13th, 2022. I'm gonna just play the audio, man. Where is that? Oh, okay, yeah, here it is. All right. We're gonna just fast forward it to where Louis started talking about it, man.
The sister is charging you, brother, with rape. That's a horrible charge. But to my sister, you look with yourself. You were engaged to that man. According to what I read. And you allowed him to stay in your house. You allowed him to lay down on your bed. And he laid down beside you.
Hey, man, I could hold it in, man. My bad.
What the hell is going on here?
Man, we say lay down. You know you mean business.
And get angry with you because you act like the savage is just a quarter of an inch under your skin. See, you bring the nigga out of us and then act like you did nothing. If you engage don't mean come to my room, get in my bed, and I'll lay beside you and nothing better happen. You're a damn fool.
Hey, man, it's the glitching, man.
Now, when you started acting up like you wanted something, Lisa, no. Stop.
Sound like an audio book to me right now.
Yeah, you know, Farrakhan talk slow with it. You know, he an old cat.
Yeah, I know.
See, when you get the nigga up in a man, and you were telling stop. Then what the hell are you doing? Getting me in this condition mentally and telling me stop. You got to be a hell of a man to get that close and stop. Sisters, you need to mind yourself. You want to pull down a good man, and you got him. But I bet you he ain't gonna marry you. If you want a man, don't give him a damn thing but the greeting. and get the greeting with your eyes lowered. Our women are beautiful, man. You can't lay beside one of our women. And even the ugliest one you think is ugly, lay beside her and say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You better come to the class, FOI class, and learn how to be a good man. So, Brother Rizza, I very much love you. And I respect the good work that you do. But don't mess it up by being immoral. Because you're handsome and highly intelligent and you win arguments. Good. But you can't win an argument with God and his law. And you're going to have to answer to the law.
Type shit. What's your opinion behind that, my brother?
Man. It just sounded like he did kind of get on the women too in a way, but then with
RZA, right.
he got on her. But then with RZA, it's more like you know better than get yourself involved in this situation, my boy.
Type shit.
But I mean, he held him accountable in a way too, but not saying that he did anything. No, it's only speculated. You feel me? But
right,
hey man, But RZA, they hate to hear that, dog. But like you say, it's just what's accused. But I mean, dog should have. It'd be a lot of situations where, like, situating me like, man, come on, dog. How you end up, bro? Still a man at the end of the day, too. But come on, dog. But then when Farrakhan said, he was like, it's like you don't just have a fiance and just lay in the bed beside me and don't think ain't nothing finna happen.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I feel like he was kind of holding both parties accountable for it, the situation. You know what I mean? The woman and him. A lot of people don't know, man. RZA Islam got open cases with the government, fighting other charges with the government as we speak already right now. So for them to even, you know, accusing him for this, you know, this bullshit right here, dog, is I personally don't believe shit because, you know, it was said, you know what I'm saying? We live in the country, you know, you innocent until proven guilty. So it's like,
pretty much,
you know what I mean? He say, she say bullshit going on right now, bro. And a lot of people always tend to believe a woman off the dribble when she even holler out accusations like this. You know what I mean? We just crucify the man off the dribble. So it's like we do that to all our heroes. You know what I'm saying? And entertainment people that we love in the door. So it's like we must like don't write them off the dribble, bro. Just, you know,
that's the number one weapon when you see people go down.
Yeah.
They call Bill Cosby Pure Cosby now, bro. Like, come on, man.
Shit, they did Mike Tyson like this. They did Tupac like this. You know what I'm saying?
If they can't get you on nothing else, how they doing Rizzler? Like you say, you got back-to-back cases. They pulling up to it high.
Yeah,
he getting
FBI.
over on them.
Yeah.
So, all right. Rape charge or some whatever accused of it. Now it's like, come on, man. Like, that's the worst charge. Where's the worst charge?
Yeah, it is, bro. That shit just despicable, bro.
I had to sit down. He did
yeah, bro.
And then when they hit you with that, they tear down your whole, you know,
character, bro.
Built. Yeah, they tell your whole character. Now people know you for this.
Yeah,
it's either children or women in this country, bro.
That
you'll be able to never recover from.
Never.
It ain't gotta be true. Once the limelight and the news put you out there on that, bro, that's it. or doing
Ugly
something to an
stigma.
elderly person, bro. But yeah, that's
Yeah, bro. That
Yeah.
was ugly, bro. And you know, I hope, you know what I'm saying, he find his way through, you know, his other previous cases he fighting with the feds and this one as well. You know what I mean? It's like,
cause bruh beat
me
bruh beat the
personally, I don't. This don't sound like his character, so it's like yeah, man.
Yeah, bro, way too swift. If you really listen to the conversation and see how he move, it's like, man, come on, bro.
Yeah. He
really?
very disciplined too. So for a person like, I don't know, bro. It's just it
don't add up. It don't add up, man.
The math ain't mathing.
I ain't got to know him personally, but when you really see a person and actually hear how they talk and move, bro, it's like, man, come on. I ain't seen no type of, you know, and we talking about live interviews on spot. We ain't talking about no shit that's just chopped up. Like, home don't get that type of energy out, man.
For real.
That's
No
just like,
creep
dog, you mean to
vibes,
tell
nothing.
me you beat the FBI in conversations and you end up getting a charge? Oh, man, come on, bro.
Yeah. You don't get no type of creep ass vibes,
It don't add up. Don't add up, man. But yeah, man, we had to kick it with y'all today, man. You know, streaming on Signature Series Network, man. NetworkTV.com. Make sure y'all go stream the Underdogs EP, which is dropped in March 3 months ago. You know what I mean? May. Dropped in May on my boy Soul's Return. So yeah, man. We got organic doing numbers right now. Steady climbing.
Yeah. And if you watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like it because we appreciate y'all, man. We love the fans, man.
Y'all got the algorithms on the channel looking good right now, man. So make sure y'all, you know, continue supporting us, man. And we gonna support y'all by giving y'all what y'all need each and every Saturday. Season 3 coming soon. We got a intro coming soon. You know what I mean? Shot the film by Villain, man. Whatever you need, he gonna give it. He gonna get it done.
And then even like before we even get out of here, man, I like to say, you know what I'm saying, happy transition to PNB Rock. You know what I mean? That little situation. I know everybody been talking about it this whole week, having mixed feelings about the situation. They feel like his ladies set him up and all that crazy type of situation. But
so many loopholes in it, dog.
You know, man.
Still, man,
happy transition to that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see another one of us, you know what I'm saying, get struck down by our own kind, man. That shit
that's the problem. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about nobody from Beverly Hills did it. We ain't talking about nobody from Trailer Park did it. We talking about our own people can't sit down in our neighborhoods and get something to eat. You know, you gotta, and we ain't talking about you gotta be famous for that. You know, we shouldn't feel like we need to carry guns in our own areas where we know our own people at. Like, come on, that makes no sense. I gotta have 2 rockets on me. I gotta, you know, I ain't for that, man. I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bring this unity together. That's why we giving it to y'all like this, man, showing you all these success stories. So you got something to take from something. You know what I mean? The moral of the story, the underdog, man. Never give up, man. Hardships is out there. Everybody go through something.
For real. Stay consistent, man, and rise above your issues, man. If you want to get there, man, just stay consistent, man. For real.
But yeah, man, there y'all have it, man. Episode 19, season 2, season 3 on the way. 5 stick and Roku TV on the way. Underdog Reloaded coming soon. Y'all might see another video for the end of the year being in the making. You know what I mean? Y'all just gotta stay tuned, man. We're gonna give it to y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, we out of here. Underdog.
I say, people.